Good evening, my name is Hamidu Falki, and today I wanted to demonstrate how to install the multifunction battery meter. Usually, you know, there is a battery monitor made by Victron and there are other products. So this one I have here is a very cheap one that I bought off AliExpress. So I'm not unboxing anything, but if you buy the new one, it will come with the battery monitor. These are the connection cables, and this is a shunt. You have the option to select from 1 to 3, that is either 100 amps shunt, 200 or 300. So this is a 300 amps shunt with a 75 millivolt. It comes with also a manual. So the manual, the inside of the outside is in Chinese, and the inside is in English. So these are the instructions on how to go about installing the battery monitor. So I will be using this setup. I have these devices that I will be using for the demonstration. With me there is a Felicity lithium-ion battery. It's 150 amp hour, and there is the Felicity pure sine wave combined inverter charger. It's a 1.5 kVA, 1500 VA. To the inverter I connected a 50 watt floodlight, and maybe I'll be using a meter. So let's get started. So this cable will be attached to the negative terminal of the battery. Then I will connect this shunt. But the problem I'm having is the cables here for the inverter. The hole in the cable lock is 8 millimeter. Well, this nut requires at least 10 millimeter. So what I'm going to do is I'll find another bolt that I will be using to attach the cable to the shunt. So I will start by attaching the negative. This battery it has a control that I can turn it off, so I turn it off. So I will start by attaching the negative terminal to this item. Good. So now this is connected. So the next thing I'm going to do is I will be connecting the shunt. So I told you I will be replacing this one. The idea of having a shunt is you have to connect. You see, I don't know whether you can see, there is this FL2 and there is this 300 amp. So the 300 amp is the one that is going to the load. This should be connected to the battery terminal. There is this FL2, the 300 amp should be going to the load. So I'm going to be connecting this part to the battery terminal. Good. So the next thing to do is we have to connect all our load. Should be whether a charge controller, inverter should be connected to this, but our positive terminal will go directly to the inverter. So I'm connecting the positive terminal of the battery to the positive terminal of the inverter. Good. So the next thing we need to do is we should connect the negative terminal of the battery to the negative terminal of the inverter. But this time around we'll be only connecting to the shunt. So I will also connect the negative terminal, the negative cable of the inverter. So because this inverter is 1.5 kVA, the spark will not be that much, but to avoid the spark, I will be using a pre-charge resistor. This is a 25 watt 30 ohms resistor. So I will connect it here, and I will connect the negative terminal here. Of course, there will be no spark at all because this battery has a switch off. Still, if I like, I can turn it on and use the pre-charge resistor to charge the inverter. So now let me do again the negative to the negative. So now even if I put it, there will be no spark at all. So take for instance, now if I decided to on the inverter, you can see the inverter is on, and the floodlight comes on. So I'll be turning it off. The next thing we are going to do now is we are going to be connecting the cables to the battery monitor. This is the battery monitor, the display. It has a single bottom here, and it comes with 5 cables. The 5 cables, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cables. There are 2 red, 2 black, 1 yellow, and 1 blue. What we'll be doing is the black and the red, they are for power to the to the monitor, to the display, and there are 2 of them. You can either supply power directly from the battery you are going to install it to, or you can supply it from external battery. They recommend that if you are using this monitor to monitor the batteries that are less than 8 volt, so you should use an external power source. So as we are using a 12 volt system, I don't think we need that. So we are going to be needing only these 2 supply cables and these 2. If you look at the back, you will see there are this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4. They are here. All you have to do is, you see this one says a red one, then you just find the red one, take it like this, you press it. When you press it like this, all you have to do is put it inside, then you release the thing. You can pull it like this, and you see it's not going out. So I will be doing the rest for that. I will be doing the same thing for the rest of the cables. Now that I have connected the wires to the meter, so you see the red one is going directly to the battery, the black one should be also going to the battery, the blue one should be going to the shunt, but connected to the shunt from the terminal of the battery, while the yellow one will go to the side of the load. So I will be connecting the power cables, the red and the black one, to the battery now. Good. Now the battery, the power source is connected to the battery monitor. In order for this device, I have used it before. I mean, I have tried it on another system before, but you can see the voltage of this lithium-ion battery is 13.3 volt. This is 66.9 amp hour. I am going to reset. To do that, you press the bottom, then I go down, you see clear energy. So if all I have to do is press it and hold, you see the energy has cleared. So also for the amps hour, the capacity, I press and hold, then I go, then I clear this. You clear by pressing and holding. I'm also going to be clearing the timer also. So it's the same thing, you press and hold, then we go. Then for the timer also, you press and hold until it clears. Good. So you can either connect the monitor cables, or you can first have to, because whatever you do now, you have to do two things. First, you have to tell this monitor the type of shunt you are using, because depending on if you are using a 100 amp resistor shunt, then the way it will monitor or measure the difference in the voltage and what have you and determine the capacity, it is different from if you are using a 200 or 300 amp resistor. So what we'll be doing now is we are going again into the setting by pressing and holding. This, the first setting is for setting the battery voltage, the low voltage, and that is the empty voltage, empty state of charge, and the full state of charge. But we are not going to do that first. We are first going to tell it, this is, you see, this is the current. Then you press, sorry, then we'll go like this. So we hold. Then you see this one, I've already set it to 300, but if you click, it will be 100, it will be 50, it will be 200, and it can be 300. So since this is a 300 ohms, sorry, 300 300 amp resistor, so I will be leaving it at 300. Press and hold, then you set that one. The next thing that you need to set is the battery empty state voltage and the battery full state, full capacity state. The same thing, you press and hold the button, then you also press and hold this again. Then good. You see this one, they said that there is a small, or the monitor is capable of monitoring up to 200 volt systems, but this one we are only using 12 volt. So what we have to do now is, you see this one, the setting is 12.8. you see it is blinking, it will go back to somewhere around just 12. So what you do is you set the bigger number. Like now, this is a lithium ion battery, and the full capacity, or the 100% state of charge, is from this one is 13.4. so what I will be doing is I will be pressing, let me make this 0.4, then I will wait until it moves to the second digit, then I will make it 13. Then you see this is 13.4. this is the full state of charge voltage. So if it moves, it will only show you 13 here. Then you press and hold, then, sorry, I have not pressed and hold long enough, so I will take it back to 13.4. then I will press and hold. That is, I'm done with the, sorry, good. So all I have to do is press and hold until it come out from here. Good. Now this is the empty state of charge. So this one I want to set it to 12 volt. So I wait until it comes back to the 7. Then I make it 12.0. Then I also press and hold until it goes back to the, good. So now I have set everything. All I have to do is connect the monitors to the shunt, the monitor cables to the shunt. So just to connect the monitor cables, the blue one should be connected to the side of the battery negative. So all I have to do is unscrew this screw, and I plug it here, and I tie it back. And the yellow should go to the side of the load side. So I have to just unscrew here, plug it here, and screw it back. So now you can see there is no difference at all. It's just that the cables are connected, but there is nothing showing here. So in order for us to see, let me turn this back so that it does not blind my eyes. All we have to do is turn on the inverter. Then immediately you turn on the inverter, you see something is happening. Something is happening. You see the battery voltage drop, it dropped to 13.2. The capacity is going up. That this one is just measuring the flow of how many amp hour. This is just 46 milliamp hour. The current drawn is 4.66. The wattage drawn, the power is 62 watt, and the resistor, the runtime just 1 minute. The energy, the light has not draw any watt. It is drawing, but it doesn't reach watt hour. So still, for the purpose of this demonstration, I have a clamp meter here. This is a 2 RMS Inco clamp meter. So I want to use it to determine the flow of the current. So all I have to do, I turn it on to 60. Then you see, with the 2 RMS, when you are measuring DC, you have to zero. This is the button for zeroing. Let me put on the light. You just press here and zero it. Good. Then let me clamp the positive terminal. You see, from the positive terminal, it is measuring 4.9, and on the device it is measuring 4.6 amps. So this is how the multifunction battery monitor works. So now if I leave this inverter with a load running for some time, it is going to be measuring all the wattage, the watt hour use. You know, watt hour is a function of the power is a function of time, and the energy, sorry, there is the wattage and there is the time. So we draw 2 watt hour so far. Thank you for watching, and if you find any part of this video enjoying or beneficial or educating, I would like for you to like or subscribe. If you have any question, we welcome your comment. Thank you.